Just when you think it can't get any worse, you realize that you chopped off the entire crown of your hair. It's vlog time, guys. What's up? It's the one and only African superstar. And yes, I totally cut the crown of my fro by mistake when I was taking my hair down. I'm talking about dramatic cutting. I did. I mean, you can see that my hair is pretty long, or was. You see it's pretty long, but the crown can't even. Wow. Today's vlog is about, do you floss your teeth? Do you wash your hair? Today I want to hone in on the critics. So obviously I'm here, for reasons that really don't even need explaining, but I have shared on the channel. I came obviously to renew my British passport. I also have a show here. And so mostly for the passport, honestly, I allotted myself like a month of time because you just never know with those kind of things. And the worst thing you want to do is book, a inflexible amount of time and not be prepared to leave when it's time for you to leave. And then you're going to incur costs to change your ticket. And it becomes a domino thing. I think if you are an international traveler, you would definitely know that. And so today I want to talk about your critics. And this is such a good topic because a lot of times when you branch out and you decide that, you're going a different way, you are going to face so many critics. A lot of those critics are going to actually be obviously friends and family, people that are close to you that will share their opinions, perhaps try to discourage you, try to, in some cases, insult you. I have, by even family members, been insulted. One of the most ridiculous insults, I won't tell you who said it, but this person said, "I'm worried about your mental state." And I'm like, and that's what clarity does. That's what it looks like to other people. It looks like you're crazy because essentially we are brainwashed to behave and think the way that we do a lot of cases as adults. I mean, a lot of the ideologies that you have, you didn't specifically choose that. Okay, if you grew up in America, you didn't specifically choose to pursue the American dream. You didn't specifically choose to, just work until retirement and stay stationary in the country. These are things that were instilled in you as a young person, as an impressionable person. You were molded and shaped into that direction. And so therefore, when you say, wait a minute, I want something different, I'm pursuing something different, I think differently, the world begins to attack you. And so one thing I want to remind you, have you ask yourself when these people are criticizing you, because this is actually what gives me solace, is you got to look at the level of that person. You got to look at the accomplishments of that person. You have to look at the happiness quota of that person and determine if this person's opinion is even relevant. And sometimes when I think about these critics online, obviously I'm a social media personality at this point. I'm a musician, I'm a speaker, I'm known, whatever. When I think about the critics, I mean, it really rolls off my back particularly. I'm not someone who really gets affected by it, but I know some people do. I also police my social media very heavily. So, with potential inappropriate or derogatory comments, you're not going to see that on my social media because I actually put effort in making sure that my channel is managed well. But I would say that ask yourself, do these people brush their teeth? Do they eat vegetables? Do they have friends? Do they go to the gym? Do they have money in the bank? Are they a world traveler? Ask yourself, do they floss their teeth? And when you start thinking about these calibers of people that are having opinions on you, it should really minimalize their opinions. It's not like, you're getting critiqued by like a Nobel Peace Prize winner. It's not like you're getting critiqued by maybe the love of your life or, something like that that's actually significant, something that means something, someone who means something to you. These are complete strangers, that don't even know you. They know the portion perhaps that you share online or, your colleagues at work. They don't know you like that. They know the work version. Most Black people, we got a code switch in the office. We can't be 100% Gina all the time or 100% Matrell on a mission all the time or 100%, Blockavelli. We gotta be, the moderately politically correct, acceptable, non-threatening version of ourselves, And I mean, do they floss though? Because honestly, I like I said, I got an email. That's what that motivated this vlog. This motivated this vlog. So this person was like trying to slam me, like, oh, I see you promote Africa, but you sure spend a lot of time abroad, and why aren't you in Ghana? Like you're promoting Ghana and you don't even live there. And I'm just like, I mean, it didn't garner a response because I thought about this and I thought your teeth are probably covered in plaque. Okay. You probably have a small anatomy because it was a man. No friends, totally cyber, no love life. You like something is wrong with you. First of all, because you don't know the backstory. Okay. You obviously don't know the backstory. If you ever come to my channel and ask me, why am I not in Ghana? Why am I here and there? Please know the track record. Know that this person here is an international traveler. Okay. That's how it's been when I lived in the US, when I lived in the UK. The fact that I'm based in Ghana doesn't mean that I no longer travel. Hello. Number one. Number two, I have business and affairs in the foreign countries that I have resided in. I have family abroad. Okay. It's not uncommon that I would travel annually to go visit my family perhaps, or come here to the UK and handle business, take care of affairs. You know what I mean? Hello. Then adding on to the top of it is the layer of international award-winning musician. Huh? Shameless plug. I have a show coming up November 30th in London. Okay. So family, join me for the show. So anyway, guys, what I really want to say is when you take the path to become a leader, whatever that means, whatever context you are leading on, a lot of you guys are not social media, people. So the amount of people critiquing you in the public eye will be sizably less, because obviously when you're here on social media and the more visibility you get, even what I'm getting right now, it would be different if, let's say, my channel goes to 1 million subscribers. Obviously, I have way more subscribers, way more eyes, way more critics and all of that. But ask yourself if the people that are critiquing you are really, really relevant. Now I'm all for constructive criticism. People do actually come to me for advice. My personal friends and things like that help, come to me to help devise strategies for them or motivate them or help them pursue various goals. Constructive criticism is important. It makes sense why, if someone, for instance, was interested in traveling abroad or moving abroad, that they would come and talk to me. Why? Because I've done those things. Okay. It makes sense that if someone comes to me inquiring about Ghana or other African nations that I visited, it makes sense. But if the people that are critiquing you are not in a position of experience, knowledge, or any type of expertise in the areas that they are critiquing. So a lot of, for instance, you have when people talk about Pan-Africanism, people talk about pro-blackness here on YouTube. You'll get a lot of these FBA, ADOS, Black Americans that are anti-African and anti-immigrant and anti-diaspora, basically. And if you were to examine, you would see they're not world travelers, they have a very limited view. They're totally brainwashed because their sphere of influence is just America. All right. That's all that they know. And that's their level of expertise. You should never let those people in particular advise you against the continent. Not when there are people who have been to several different worlds. Okay. Maybe not just America and Africa, but they've traveled the Latin world. They've traveled Asia. They've traveled Europe. These kind of people are able to compare and contrast. These kind of people are able to give you a world view, not just a limited one path, linear direction. Okay. So to that person that sent me the email, yes, I'm an international world traveler. Yes, I'm here in London. I've only been here for about a month's time. Okay. And like I said, I came for basically business and a little bit of pleasure. The way that the story went, and shout out to the family. The way that the story went was I was talking to the artist of the headline show, Raza Makwatia. He's a good friend of mine from Kumasi in Ghana. We performed several times together. We performed in Ghana together. We performed here in the UK together. So I was informing him that, I got to come to the UK. I spoke to him over the summertime and told him that actually I have to get to the UK before the end of the year so that I can renew my passport. And he said, I'm working on an upcoming show in November. And I said, okay, well, I'll keep you posted. If I'm around during your show, I'd love to support you. You know what I mean? And when he found out I was coming, that I was confirmed and everything, I went on the bill. That's how it went. I was coming really for my passport, but at the same time, I was able to, incorporate this show. So yes, do your critics brush their teeth? Do they eat vegetables? Do they have a life? Are they relevant? That's what you should be asking yourself, family. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.